工作人员在哪里？全部在这里吗？举手看看。The working team. Oh, yeah. Okay. I tell the contact person to put the working team in the front, so I can thank you. I want to thank you. Okay? I really thank you. Thank you. Come back. Because the working people, they have been working under, time stress, and they never complain. Working very happily, very unconditionally, dedicatedly, yeah. And I want to thank you very much. It's a very big place. And you have no idea how much garbage they have collected. I come and go. I just see the garbage, more than people. At the beginning, there are not too many workers. They work under, time pressure, because we try to make it before Christmas. Try to make it before this day, so that you can come together and sit, even though just under the tent. But this is our place. Is this really our place now? They have been working really, really hard. And normally, I tell the contact person to put them in the front today, the first day, so that they can be the first one to see me. Of course, they have been seeing me sometimes when I come and go. It depends on what team at that day. But I want them to sit in the front today, because normally working people, like, for example, kitchen, or even the guard, they're the one who last to see me, if they can see at all. Because sometimes they are dispatched outside, and the outside gate, they have no chance to come here. Sometimes I come in different hours, and they have to stay in kitchen still, completing their duty that day, so they have no chance. Maybe chance, but not always, like you can always come to see me, but they are not. I really want to thank you. Thank you very much. And even they don't go to group meditation in Siu on Sunday, because they have to stay here and work. And when they first came, the place is very messy. And they just sleep anywhere, and sometimes they work until very late at night. Understand me? Yeah, when you already sleep, they're still working. Yeah, I came here, like sometimes stay very late, and they work all night, almost all night. I'm very proud of you. I thank you. I'm very proud of you. I don't know if I were you, could I work so hard like that? Maybe I'm old already, I'm not sure. But you work really hard. May God bless you. Buddha bless you. Heaven bless you. And I love you. Come to me. Thank you. Amen. Thank you. This is true dedication. Your pure heart is good. When I sit here, you cannot see. Okay, I stand up. I don't make difference. Don't make much difference in my size. My size doesn't make much difference whether or not I sit or stand, but I try to make the best of it. Okay? I even go high heels, but don't make much difference. Even high heels, I'm not I like this kind of people. When I was in Cebu before, I always picked the workers, the ones who work with labor, hands, and then like carpenters, constructors, clean environment. I always pick them Sunday, together eating with them. And they are the priority. And sometimes I pick also office people. But I like people who work so diligently. I mean, I don't mean office people are not work. I just mean And office job is more cleaner and more comfortable. You sit in the shade, or you sit in aircon, or you sit with the fan. The people who work under the sun, under rainy conditions, in the cold weather, is different. You understand? I have always soft spot for people who have to work outside, like laboratory, yeah? It's not just our brother and sister who works hard. I always sympathize those who work outside. You know, there was some Canadian like aircon repairer. Yeah, he told me he has to work in Canada. Then where, because they have to climb into the attic sometimes, or working outside or under the basement, all kind of work. And their hands become like very stiff. They could not even move. But you cannot always use the glove, because if you use the glove, you cannot handle some delicate bolt or screw or some very tiny part of the, you know, the machinery. And they say the hand sometimes is so cold, it's difficult to move and work, and they also cold in such condition. Sometimes they have to crawl into some kind of small space or tunnel in order to repair some machinery part. And I always have very much sympathy to this kind of people. I always thank them and treat them nicely, even those people who come to my house, outsiders, not disciples, to repair my plumbing system, you know, water pipes, electricity, anything. I always treat them very, very nicely, and I give them our tip and cook for them, bake for them special. Normally I don't bake, but if they come, I also bake for them. If it's a special occasion, like their birthday, they have to come and work, then I cook for them and make a cake and blow candles and stuff. So that they feel appreciated and respected, that they can go on, you know, fighting with all kinds of difficulties in a difficult situation, to continue to do their job with pride and with happiness. No wonder, you know, under the communism, they treat the labor 99%, right? In America, they say 99%. Those underprivileged, no wonder they treat the 99% good. I heard that, like, a long time ago, I went to China, and there was a taxi driver, and I asked him if he's okay. He said, yeah, the government treats him well. If they don't have enough money, they always can rely on the government to support them. I like that kind of society. It's ideal society for me. Under what name, I don't mind. It's just that we should not just take care of the body's comfort or contentment only. We should also take care of the spirit, yeah, the soul. Because look, when the soul's gone, we just stay like this, huh? You don't have to go to the mall. You stiff before you go in there already, like this, huh? Therefore, we should know there is something inside that we should take care of before it leaves the body and make the body useless. That's why I always advise people, if your family member dies, just cremate them. So we save the land also, yeah? We don't pollute the land and all that. Also sometimes the astral spirit will make use of the body and make trouble for the living. If you die, you should cremate yourself, understand? Yeah. Yeah. I got you. Finding wisdom, huh? Yeah. Okay. All right. And this, I bought it from my house. Just now, the Hufa helped me to carry. I'm older. I should carry it to show you my respect and appreciation, but I'm not all that tough anymore. The Hufa helped the guard, yeah? It's helping me to carry it. This for you. Yeah, for the workers only, yeah? Only for workers. Got that? Okay. Because too many people, so I will just put my love in it, and later the group leader will take it, and everybody take it by themselves. Not the group leader give, okay? Well, maybe if you like the group leader blessing as well extra, then you let me. Oh. I do it now, alone. For me. Like that, take it. If in case not enough, I also take care of this, okay? All for you. My house only that much, okay? Yeah, they give me only that much. Yeah, but we have some here. Yeah, we can take care of it. I take care of everything. Master do everything. Master do Later, okay? Later. Too many inconvenience, yeah? Later. The group leader, right hand. Later, you bring and give to people, okay? Put your earphone on. If you don't put your earphone, you cannot hear. There are too many languages here. Inside, I speak all kinds of language. Outside, some Spanish, broken Spanish. German, I don't know if it's good anymore. English, okay. Chinese, so. Vietnamese, 50-50. And French, forget it. All right, guys, I really love you. Thank you for coming, all of you. Even if you did not work, I thank you for working at home. Thank you for working in the society, taking care of yourself, taking care of your family. That is a very big job. Raising your family, taking care of children, making sure they became a model of virtuous and goodness in the world is a very big responsibility and a lot of work. Yeah. Okay. I told you it makes no difference, but I'm just trying to tell you that I tried. This place is a little bigger than Sihu, huh? And it's our place. It takes like maybe around more than half a year to get it. Yeah. You are really my dear children. Very dear indeed. Well, you know this rule, right? At home you have only several kids. You know how dear they are to you, right? I have too many kids. Big kids, small kids, old kids, young kids, middle-aged kids, teenage, no age kids. Not yet age at all kids still coming. Yeah. If you are working very well, diligently at home, and taking care of yourself and your family well, I am also very, very, very grateful. Because that means I don't have to worry about you. That means the society have better helpers to make it more beautiful, livable, and more agreeable to everyone. Because if your children are born from vegan parents, they became also vegan, mostly. And they will be also the ambassador of compassion, peace, loving, kindness. And you take good care of them. You impart to them that ideal since they were young already. Read to them when they were still in your womb. Okay? Read to them. They understand everything. You read to them, you teach them already before they came to this world. And when they came into this world, of course you continue to teach them. And I thank all of you for that. And even if you don't have children of your own, but you live next to people, you have children, and your lifestyle will somehow influence them and make them a better person, better neighbor. It doesn't always work, but you are there. At least you try. At least you make a good example. And I'm very, very proud of all of you. I'm proud of all of you. I know you don't always have time to come and help to clean the ashram, but never mind, whoever has time, they come already. And maybe the place is not yet 100% the way you like, but it's okay, let it be. Yeah, let it be. It's better than nothing. Well, it's worth it, isn't it? Yeah. So it doesn't matter. We are all very rich anyway. Yeah, we are rich inside. The richness inside, money cannot buy. And money cannot sell. Nothing can destroy it. Nothing can make it lessen. So that's the best richness that we can always keep. Yeah, now and hereafter. Tura. And we are worthy of every penny, of anywhere, everywhere, anytime. Yes. I don't know anyone who are more worthy than you. Maybe as worthy as you, but no one is more worthy than you. But anything that is afforded to you, you deserve it. You deserve it all. Yeah. Bravo to you. Yeah. When it comes to you, you are very enthusiastic. Praise yourself. Heaven also are happy with you. Okay? If you think you are not up to it, then try harder. Okay, huh? Try harder. And sooner or later, you get there. Okay? Yeah. One make another better example, you follow the other another example, and then you make the example for others. Yes. I am just a little sorry that we didn't have it earlier, but you know the reason, right? You know the reason. Never mind, if you don't know, it's okay too. It's okay too. Well, better than Thailand. Last time. Better than the last time Pattaya we did, right? Yeah, okay. Maybe not as many fruits. You have enough food, by the way? Really? Okay. If any of you still feel hungry or haven't found any food, just go to the kitchen and tell them I'm hungry. Okay? I think you just say I'm hungry. Yeah? I don't need Taiwanese, I don't need Chinese, I don't need any Japanese or any language to tell people I'm hungry. Or do you? No. You just say, Yeah. Even children, before they talk, they already know how to tell the mother that they're hungry, right? Mother understands perfectly, right? Yeah. Oh, you don't? You do? Your mother always understood, that's why you grow so big. Huh? That's the proof. Okay. I'm so happy to see you. And we have just maybe as many people as in Pattaya, yeah? Or maybe more, maybe less. But at least we have enough toilet facility. At least you don't have to climb 16 floors. No elevator even. Elevators are occupied, remember? Yeah. Wow, I'm glad. I'm glad you remember. So you will appreciate this place more. It's all flat. I don't have many story buildings. Oh, that's one. Yeah, one maybe 5-story, and the other one 2-story. That's a mess. Okay? Yeah. And they put you in different departments, different places. But I say, come all here. Like this, at least you cannot see me at one time. I can at least walk around, huh? At least some of you can see, right? Yeah. If in a room, then just maybe 2,000 people see, or 500, 200. I asked them how many. They say 1,000 something. They told me the most sitting there. I said, how much is the most? They say 1,000 something. I said, that's not the most. Because you are about 8,000, right? 8 or 10,000, yeah? But that is not maximum already, because we screen out some. Because I forgive. But I don't want to be reminded. If you forgive, a snake is fine for biting you, for poisoning you with the bite. But you don't want to hug the snake all day long or keep it in your kitchen, no? Do you? Do you want that? No, okay. You forgive the snake. Yeah, okay, it's okay. Bless you. Don't bite anymore, but you will not always just try to be friendly and compassionate to the snakes and hugging him all day, huh? You want that? No, huh? Okay. So, love should go with wisdom, okay? And forgiveness goes with reason. Because somebody told me, oh, Master, I feel like forgiving is like stupidity. Because people do bad things to you, and then you just say, okay, I forgive you, and then you continue business as usual. It's not like that. Buddha, Christ advised us to be not among with such and such people. The same with other saintly masters. They advise you choose your friends. Yeah, choose who you be with, so that you became more purified, encouraged, yes, and have more spirit to follow your righteous path. Therefore, forgiving is different than forgetting. Yeah, you can forgive and forget, but you don't have to always go find trouble to prove that you are compassionate or are you big heart and magnanimous. I mean, big stomach, they call it. That you can stomach everything. That we know for sure. But don't keep hugging the tiger after he wants to eat you, okay? For example, if you find a tiger to forgive him, it's fine, but don't try too hard. Or the poisonous snake. The snake's nature is like that. Maybe he changed, but maybe not. Don't risk your life just to prove that you are tough. Okay, we practice and we know ourselves. We know how tolerant we are, but there's no need to overdo to prove it. I also don't need to prove that I am very tolerant and embracing everybody and all that. No, I don't need to prove nothing. You have to prove it to me. That you have really learned from my teaching. But you call me teacher, right? You call me master. If an English teacher is teaching the student, tell him, okay, you have to go home. Learn this lesson today, learn the grammar, try to write in English. Well, that person do nothing. Just sit in the class and making clown or making bad comments or criticizing the teacher or making trouble in the class. Then the teacher should not be tolerant of that. Number one is troublesome for everyone in the classroom. That person don't have the right. Teacher also don't have the right to do that. To ruin the class. There are many students that are eager to learn, spend their time and their money from their parents, etc., to learn English. That person is just staying there, just to make trouble. Then he has to go. After telling many times and still don't change, then must go. Otherwise it ruins the whole learning atmosphere of other students, yeah, and tire the teachers down and wasting his or her time just to fix one person who is incorrigible. Then it's not very wise of the teacher. Although wasting his time instead of teaching the whole class a good thing and improving, he's just wasting time on somebody who's not really worth it. Even any sane sage would tell you, only the worthy one would really go to heaven. Jesus said, unless you become like a child, be pure. You will not enter the kingdom of God. He doesn't cheat you. He doesn't lie to you. He doesn't say, okay, come. I want more disciples, a lot of people. The more disciples, the more prestige the master look like. He don't say that, see? Even though, he could, yeah? He can do miracles and stuff like that. So he would just want to accept everyone. But he even tell them the truth. Accept you become as a child. You cannot enter the kingdom of God. Right in front of him already. People already see him, know him. And he still have to warn them that. Buddha say the same. For example, in this Surangama Sutra, the Buddha said many things about how his disciples should behave. I have been studying it. It's a long time since I read it. I know approximately what is what, but I have to also select. Otherwise, if I read this to you, and knowing me, I'll talk forever, then we just take one sutra and until I die, I won't finish it. But that's called expounding, excuse. Maybe I talk a lot. I don't know if you listen to any of them, but it's okay. I talk. Never mind. You like it, huh? You like it just standing there and talk no matter what? Sometime before, we don't have this marvelous earphone translating system, like a spontaneous translation system. Some people from foreign land don't understand what I'm saying. Still say, Master, stay. He learned that word. Master, come, stay. I said, but you don't understand anything. Oh, it's very nice. And some people listen to my song singing in Vietnamese. Yeah. Sometimes they come and fetch me from the airport, and they put in this Vietnamese song I sing all the time. Say, you understand anything? And he sing along with it. In Vietnamese, yeah. You understand anything? Not really. Then why you listen to it? Very nice, Master. Very nice. As long as Master sings it. Yeah. Okay, you want to listen to this sutra? Before, in our SMTV, they always put a caption, like Buddha is vegetarian. So I corrected them. So now they put Buddha vegan. Remember, you saw that? Okay. Why? I tell you why. Normally, when the master is alive, he can speak for himself. He can say, I'm vegan. But the master is already gone, so they say anything. They put fish in Jesus' mouth, they put pig feet in the Buddha's mouth, they say anything. The poor master is no more in the physical world to talk. And woe to him if he come back to the physical world and say, look, I'm here. I'm the Buddha, I'm vegan. Then everyone, what do you think they will react? Huh? They might put him in somewhere, where, right? Okay then. I'm going to tell you bedtime story. Are you happy? Good. You know what happened when a happy person become a Buddha? You know what happened? No. No? He become a happy Buddha. What if he's miserable person and become a Buddha then? Miserable Buddha. We don't want that. Laughter is good for you. Good for the world. Yeah? Because it brings happy energy. Infected other people with their elevated vibration. Happiness is contagious. Okay? Happiness, smiling, laughing, to make other people happy is also a kind of charity. Because the world is already full of trouble and events. So if anytime we can laugh or can make some other laugh, it's a kind of good charity, good deed. Yeah? Good deed. You might go to what heaven? Laugh in heaven. See, I'm all equipped. And before I read this, I had to first scan it first. Because the Buddha said many things, okay? And sometimes it's not all necessary to tell you, you know already, okay? Because sometimes I need to use some authority figure. Now I can't see you. So, who are you? Where are you? Because sometimes I have to quote some kind of authority figure so that you know I say the same thing. And what I say, it doesn't go away from the ethical standard or spiritual standard. Okay, now, there's so many things I could read to you. Look at all this, but I do one at a time, yeah? If we cannot finish due to my talking forever, then we do it next year again. We should really thank the past masters, monks and nuns and scholars who have taken time to record what the Buddha is teaching after the master's nirvana. And also for the past and present persons, lay or monks or nuns who have really dedicated themselves, sacrificed their time and precious health or under any difficult situation to translate this so that I can read it to you. And we have to thank them. And may they be blessed forever by all the Buddhas, past, present, and future. May their merit be immense. May they be liberated forever. Thank you. According to Buddhism and the believer and the tradition, when you read sutra and all that, you have to put on incense, flower, and bow to the sutra first and thank all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, all respectfully, before you read it, okay? And then you cover the sutra also with silk or, beautiful cloth, and I just make it more popular. Yeah, more easy, simple. And I apologize to all the Buddha. I say if I done something wrong, according to the tradition, my heart is full of respect. It's just that I cannot always do that. So please, all the sin, whatever I've done wrong, is all on me. At least other people, they hear the names of the Buddha, according to the sutta, they will get benefit. Yes. I tell you some basic thing first, okay? And then later, when we have more time, we go deeper into how a practitioner could go in astray, yeah? From the spiritual path and fall into the demonic path, unaware, and even feel proud of it, and even feel righteous about it, and even lead others astray as well, due to your own misunderstanding, due to your own ignorance of the demonic influence upon your spiritual life, okay? Even with the initiation, you still have to be aware, okay? Otherwise, I just give you initiation and say, voila, you're done. No, I tell you, meditate every day. Step by step, you go up. It's better than go too fast. Nah? Go too slow in the highway, no good. Go too fast, also no good. And I also tell you to keep the 5 precepts. I don't say, okay, master, all the powerful, you do what you want. Doesn't matter. It does matter. Now, in this one, the Buddha explained to Anand about just a simple, the 5 precepts. And you think it's nothing much. It is a lot. Okay, even to the monks. So the Buddha saying things here to the monks assembly. But at that time there were also dragons and devas and ghosts and demons of different kinds who came also to listen to the Dharma. I just tell you some part of the sutras only, okay? And there are many demons even came listen to the Buddha. And the dragons, yeah, and the devas from the heaven as well as from the land and from the sea, from the water as well. Okay, all kinds. Well, some of you see that in our gathering sometimes, yeah, if you If at that time you're not sleeping, your eyes open, then you can see. I mean, this eye. This eye open all the time, see nothing. You see only the illusionary of this world. The Buddha said this after Ananda has been explained about different kind of practice. Yeah? Before that, different kind of practice, like which bodhisattva in former life or in this lifetime practice what kind of cultivation in order to be enlightened and become arhat. There were about 20 plus, okay? Maybe another time. I mentioned it briefly sometime, many long years ago. But just briefly, okay? If we have time, I will also tell you, alright? Now, the Kuan method is supposed to be the best, the most reliable, the quickest, and the best, according to the Buddha, okay? Therefore, you got that already, so we're not in a hurry to tell you other one, okay? So right now I'm telling you about demons, ghosts, and devils. Are you scared? I am scared. After all the Bodhisattvas told the Buddha knows already, he just want to ask each one of them expound their method of practice, so that everyone in the assembly, including the devas and the demon, also understand. Yeah. Finally, the Kuan Yin method is the best. The inner hearing organ is the best device to attain enlightenment and everlasting, reliable. Nothing can stop you when you do the hearing method. Okay, right. And then after that, Ananda asked the Buddha some more questions. So after he heard all this, and many of beings, they are limitless beings, they all brought forth a matchless, unequal resolve for Anuttara Samyak Sambuddhi, means for the highest aspiration, for the highest enlightenment. Yeah, they all resolved, they are determined to want to practice until they get the best, the highest enlightenment. Understand? Like the Buddha. And then, after that, Ananda straightened his robe, this monk robe, and then bowed to the Buddha in the midst of the assembly and placed his palms together. At that time, his mind is perfectly clear, and he felt a mixture of joy and sorrow, although he heard all that wonderful Dharma has been expounded to them and the assembly and him. Why? Because he was a very compassionate monk. You must know, even though Anand was a disciple of the Buddha, but in Ian Kalpa past, he has already been Buddha. And just like Sakyamuni Buddha, he also told that, oh, I have been a Buddha, oh, countless aeon past already. So in order to help sentient beings, he has to reincarnate as a normal being. You know, sometimes even like a gecko, as I told you. Sometimes as a spirit of even kusa grass, yeah, or the tree, or deer, or goose, etc. And human beings, of course, yeah, and also even kings of heaven. Yeah. So he transmigrates, he's walking through all paths of existence, from earth to heaven, in order to make acquaintance, to show affinity with all kind of beings in the existing world. Yeah. Similarly, Anand, though he humbly served the Buddha at that time as a not very enlightened attendant, his inherent compassion and wisdom has of course never dimmed. Therefore, because of that, even though he heard the Kuan Yin method was the best method, and he has that already from the Buddha, his compassion steered him to ask the Buddha the following question. Okay, the request. Now, what does he ask? Even though he heard all that, he still has half happiness, half sorrow. Why? Happiness because he's been with the best teacher, having been transmitted the best method. Why sorrow? He's sorrow for other beings, for other sentient beings who has no chance to ever heard of the name of the Buddha. Not to talk about being taught this kind of wondrous method, which you get after eon of thousand of, I don't know, billion, trillion, endless kalpa. You don't just always get this meditation method, even though to some it seems easy. To Anand it's easy. Huh? He's next to the Buddha, he's a cousin of the Buddha. Of course, he get it from the Buddha. Yeah? And other already acquainted or affinity bear fruit already for them, they become Buddha disciple in that assembly. It's so easy. Not even all devas or dragon king or king of heaven would hear this method. Not all of them. It depends on what kind of merit they cultivated long ago in former life. So he was very sad. Ananda was sad, even though he was happy. So he has this mixture of feelings. So his intent was to benefit all beings in the future, as he made obeisance and said to the Buddha, "Greatly compassionate world honored one, I have already awakened and received these teachings for becoming a Buddha." Ananda saying that. And I told you, yeah, he's a compassionate person, compassionate monk. And I can cultivate it without the slightest doubt. I have often heard the thirst come one. Now you often hear me say the thirst come one when I read the sutra for you or Buddhist story, yeah? Do you know what thirst come one means? Mean not come, not go. Mean he's here, but he's everywhere else. Yeah. Or he's here, but he's also in a different dimension. Even though he's here, he has been, or he always present. He's always present in different dimensions. Even though officially or look like for everyone at that time, he had just become enlightened some years ago under the Bodhi tree after meditating 6 years and 40 days sitting under the tree, no eating, no drinking, then became Buddha. Yeah, don't try that. It's not because of that you became Buddha. He has been a Buddha all the time. Okay. Yeah. Because if you don't eat, you don't drink, and became Buddha, then all the people who are poor, has no food, no drink, has become Buddha a long time already. I just want you to be clear. Your concept has to be correct. Otherwise, if you sit all the time and you don't have really correct understanding, it's not too much use. And then you don't tap up so easily. I saw some had kind of stamping their feet in one place. And I hope those will catch up soon. So he say that he has received the teaching from the Buddha and he can cultivate without the slightest doubt. He continued, I have often heard the thirst come one say, yeah, thirst come one because even though he became just a Buddha, but he has always been, okay? He has always been a Buddha. And even though he stay in the samsara, the world, but he's always in the nirvana. He never like, okay, he leave the world and go to nirvana. It's not like that. It just seems like that, only in this illusionary world. But he never go, never come. Never cultivate, never become Buddha, nothing. He has been always Buddha. That's why the practitioners, the enlightened one, they saw that, they know that. So they address him as Thirst Come One. It's one of his titles. It's just like they call him World Honor One, or just like they call him Compassionate Master, yeah, Maharaji, okay? Maharaji means King of Kings. This is some of the problem when people call a master like that. Because they predicted before Jesus born that there will be a great person born to be a king of the Jews. So now, like that, they predicted that the king of the Jews will be born soon, in such and such day, or such and such year. That's why when that year when Jesus was born, with many other infants, the king of that land wanted to find all the infants and kill them all. That's why Jesus' mother and adopted father has to escape brought him to another land. Otherwise, why? He's just an infant. He did nothing. He did not even speak yet. And had to run already. Imagine the life of a master. And therefore, when he was born already and he became adult and he learned and he meditated, he became powerful already, they still want to kill him. Therefore, no need to make any excuses. They just nail him no matter what. They even forgive one of the sinner, one of the criminal instead of Jesus. The real criminal who did harm to society, like some of criminals. They forgive them, let him free, let him go free. But kill Jesus. For nothing. For that he done nothing. Now you understand why? Because of that name, King. King of Kings. Maharaj. But they call their master like that. You're the King of Kings. More than king. Yeah? That's not the master who wants it that way. Even if he wants it that way, so what? He is the King of Kings. Above any kings in this world. Right? Yeah, Jesus was the king above any king. Before, now, after, forever. Okay. So, because of that, many of Indian masters also have problems because in India they call the master Maharaj. Maharaj means King of Kings. They address the master like that. Or Paramhansa, or Param Sanh, means saint of all saints. Or Maharaj, King of all kings. That is a name that makes trouble for the master. Because all the kings are jealous, worried. Yeah? Having fame, power, fortune is a curse in some ways. Yeah? For some people. If you don't handle well fame, fortune, and power, then you'll be in trouble. This power will become like a two-edged knife and will destroy you in the end. For what for? The king was so worried. Go kill all the innocent firstborn babies. Babies at that time, yeah? Poor Jesus. Infant. Going to be born, not yet born even, has to run. Has to leave. The parents have to leave their home, their environments, their familiar hometown where they can make money, earn a decent living and dignified, position in the world. They have to run. For what? That is because fame, power, and richness, blind people. People who have no virtue, who have no spiritual practice, who doesn't know right from wrong. Then, that will kill them at the end. It doesn't kill them maybe by gun or by knife, but it will kill them at the end. And they will go to hell. It is like that. Hell is full of this kind of kings or leaders. They just don't know. So I talk a lot. Are you okay still? Yes. All right. All right. Your fault. Your fault, not mine. Like disciple, like master. When you go out, you also preach to a lot of people. You love to share your wisdom with them. One time, some of the Vietnamese tell me also, they want to come and offer me service. They say one of their family member or two family member would like to come. The Vietnamese people in America a long time ago. And in Europe, they told me, we should come and serve you. Please let us. I said, no, I'm alone. I don't need a lot. I'm fine. I'm fine alone. Oh, yeah, I don't need to trouble you. You have your own life and you must, be outside in the world, enjoying your freedom and do what you do. Oh, but you are the king, master. You are the king. She don't say such a thing anymore, please. Okay, that's the thing I want to run away from. To stay away from. Understand? That name, Maharaj, kills many masters already in India and other countries. Don't ever call me that. Yeah, I think it's seldom, maybe. Thank God. Sometimes I see people outside and they say, oh, you are beautiful. I said, oh, so old already. That's the wrong word to use for an old woman. He said, oh, age doesn't matter. It's just a number. I said, yeah, a lot of numbers, wrinkle numbers. I can count it, yes. Told you I talk a lot. Would make you happy, no? Yes. Otherwise, I can read it quickly. I can read, not that I cannot. So you want me to read it? Well, I don't want to. That's I want to become a Buddha. Please teach me a thing. Finished. You like that? Okay. Then I become my habitual self. So Anand said to the third come one that I have often heard the third come one. Buddha has many titles, okay? Third come one, and the enlightened one, and the king of the world one, compassionate doctor, all kind of names they address the Buddha for respect and according to their experience, you know? That's what the Buddha bestowed on them, spiritually and physically. They call him that, yeah? But maybe they're sick and the Buddha healed them because they prayed to the Buddha and the Buddha healed them even though other doctors cannot. Then they call him the king of all the doctors. Make trouble. All the doctors, the war doctors, something like that, okay? Now, so I have heard the third come one say that we should save others first, then save yourself. That is the aspiration of a bodhisattva. Once your own enlightenment is perfected, then you can enlighten others. That is the way the third come one responds to the world. Although I am not yet saved, Ananda, I vow to save all living beings in the Dharma and in age. He continued, World Honor One. That's another title of the Buddha. You see, like Jesus is enlightened master, but also called Maharaji, great king, or the son of God. Yes. I wonder why God have only one son, and who are we then? Are we adopted or something? Of course, I respect Jesus, but I am jealous, okay? I am daughter of God too. Yeah. Yeah. In one hand they say we are all children of God, and the other hand they say Jesus the only Son of God. What is that, huh? But nevertheless, He is worthy of that. We are only children, a son or a daughter of God if we truly follow God's commandment, follow God's way of life, follow Jesus' advice to live a noble life. Is that not so? Yeah. That's why Jesus said, when he was addressing the assembly somewhere, and they said, oh, your mother, your sister is coming, or father coming, brother coming, whoever, he said, who are my family? Only those who follow my teaching. Something similar like that. So now, Ananda continues. World Honor One. Those living beings will gradually drift away from the Buddha. And there will be as many deviant teachers, they go away from the path. They're not going straight, not the true teacher. As many deviant teachers propounding their methods as there are sands in the Ganges. Wow. No wonder I have only 10,000 people here. We have to share with so many, as many as Ganges sands teachers. Whoa. How did you find me? Huh? In such numerous sand dunes and sands, whatever, yeah. Do you know how much sand is in the Ganges River? Or on the beach of the Ganges River, you know how much? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think you can ever count. So many as, false teacher in this world. So difficult to, go to the right one, huh? Difficult. Yeah. Especially when you're not yet enlightened. You don't know what is wrong, what is right. Okay? So I'm telling you from the Buddha, he's been honored, since 2000 plus years, so he cannot go wrong. Jesus also. So now he say that so many brilliant teachers, yes, as there are sands in the Ganges River, yeah? Okay. I want to enable those beings to collect their thoughts and enter Samadhi. You want to help other beings. So how can I cause them to reside peacefully in Bodhimanda, in the determination to follow the Buddha teaching, to become a Buddha, okay? To elevate yourself into sainthood. So that's a Bodhimanda. Far from the exploits of demons and be irreversible in their resolve for Bodhi means for enlightenment, okay? You want to have people in the future. How is he going to do that? He said he wants to. Because the people will be distracted, or sidetracked and following false teaching. And it is very difficult for them then to be steadfast on the enlightening road, and position. So at that time, the whole honored one praised Ananda in front of the whole assembly, saying, "Good, good indeed. How good it is that you have asked how to establish a Bodhimanda and to rescue and protect living beings who are sunk in the morass of the final age. Listen well now, and I will tell you." So Ananda and the great assembly agreed to uphold the teaching. It means whatever the Buddha tell them, they will uphold. They will listen and uphold. So the Buddha told Ananda, "You constantly hear me explain in the Vinaya that there are 3 unalterable aspects to cultivation. That is, collecting one's thought constitute to the precept. It means you have to keep the precept. Okay, that's number 1. And then because from the precept becomes Samadhi, it means you be established in tranquility, in the non-reversible enlightened state of being. That is Samadhi. Not just when you sit cross-legged and your soul leaves your body, go to the high heaven. It's not just that, okay? It is your establishment in the enlightening state of being and non-reversible, okay? Well, according to my humble opinion. My Buddha didn't say that, I say that. So if it's wrong, don't blame the Buddha. I told you I can talk a lot. There was a joke I told you before, no? There was a priest in the church, he can talk a lot. So then, one day he apologized to his congregation because he realized that he talked a lot. Oh, so he said, "Oh, sorry, I forgot my watch at home." Meaning he talked a lot, he didn't realize how many hours passed. So one of his congregation men said, "There's a calendar behind you." Don't worry about what the calendar is there. Okay. So you can tell me that whenever you had it, okay? That's why I don't see you a lot, because I know I know my limits. I don't overstay my welcome, eh? Maybe that's one reason. That's the one, eh? Because if you keep the precepts well, then you can enter Samadhi. Why is that? My humble opinion again. It's nothing. I told you I can expound things, talk a lot. You can tell, put a calendar behind and stand. They have a clock always in front of me all the time, remember? So that I remember when you should go to eat, when you should go to sleep, when you've had it. I talk only about 1 hour now, right? Not even. Huh? Not much, is it? No need calendar yet. Okay. Then why is that? If you keep the precept, then you can be more established, more stationary in your enlightenment, in your enlightened state of beings. Why is that? Anybody know?
Because it all takes your energy away. It all distracts you. It leaks out when you break the precepts or when you involve yourself in it. It pours out, and you can't. It's like a balloon with holes in it.
Yeah. Good. Very good. Thank you. Kamsahamnida. You know, I want to live in Korea. He's not Korean, but he knows. Kamsahamnida. Okay. It's very good like that. It's like a leaking tank of water. It's like a whole holy balloon. Holy balloon. Has a hole in it. God, slowly the air will come down. Yes. But you are not protected. You see, the precepts are for your protection. Yeah. The precept is the thing you should not do. It actually should not be a precept, because it should be a nature of your being, of a noble being. Yeah. So of course, if you are a noble being, then you respect everyone as yourself. So how are you going to harm somebody else? Because that's like harming yourself. Right? We are all one. Then, or if you love someone so much, if you love other people, if you have compassion, then you could not harm others people. If you do, that means you have no compassion, or very little, or less. Okay? Then of course, you cannot enter samadhi. That's one. And if you steal from somebody else, then of course, then you also don't treat others as the way you like to be treated. Yeah? Or if you tell lies, something like that. That means you're lying to yourself. You don't respect the person, that he has intelligence at all. That's why you lie. Okay? Then you also not good. Actually, the Buddha will talk more about this kind of precept afterward. Okay? So I don't want to go ahead to spoil the fun. Okay. Okay, so after you keep the precepts well, then you are more established in your enlightened, how to say, status, right? And then after you have samadhi, meaning you are stationary in your enlightenment, then you have wisdom. That's what the Buddha said here, okay? It's not, I don't need calendar, yeah. And wisdom is revealed out of samadhi. Okay. So after you keep the precept, you have samadhi. After you have samadhi, you will have wisdom. Therefore, the precepts are number one, no? Yeah, good. These are called the three non-outflow studies. It's just like outflow means leaking. Okay? You see, non-leaking studies. Meaning, if you keep the precept, then you have samadhi. When you have samadhi, you will have wisdom. It's not the normal knowledge, but the wisdom of the enlightened, of Buddha, yeah, of sainthood. The wisdom of the higher dimension, of the elevated heaven wisdom. So it's very good to keep the precept, yeah? That's why I always emphasize, before you have initiation, I have asked you to keep the 5 precepts. Remember that? Or is it for me to keep? Huh? For you, huh? I also keep, of course, I also keep. So, the Buddha continues. Ananda, why do I call collecting one's thoughts the precept? You know, that's one pointedness. So, collecting thoughts are like precepts. Because if you always concentrate on your cultivation, whether sitting, lying, because if you always have one pointedness in your mind, you will not feel distracted by any of these temptations around you, or anything that is not pleasant to your liking, or to your mind, or your eyes, or your ears. You will not think about it, right? You concentrate always on the holy names, or concentration on goodness, virtues. Just remember all that, and you just forgetful of every other thing. That's why the Buddha says, collecting thoughts, meaning collective of this concentration, one-pointedness, is as good as precept. Yes, like that. But of course, concentrating on nirvana, on wisdom, on Buddha's teaching, yeah? Not concentration on, other things. That I don't have to tell you. Yeah, that you know very well. That worldly stuff. So, Ananda, why do I call collecting one's thought the precept? Because if living beings in the 6 paths of any mundane world had no thoughts of lust, they would not have to follow a continuous succession of birth and death. You see, now the Buddha beginning to expound on one of the precepts. The one that he referred to here first of all is lust. Lust is physical. Lust also for sensation. Lust is not only that, it may be lust for power, okay? Lust for richness, and just trying so hard or going too much in that direction that you forget heaven, you forget to cultivate, you forget to concentrate on some virtues and some moral, or to help others, nothing. You just want that, you see, richness, or the bodily satisfaction. That's also lustful. No. So the Buddha think if you collect your thought away from lust, then you never have to be, reincarnate again and again into the suffering world as ours or others. The next one, Buddha continue, your basic purpose in cultivating is to transcend the wearisome defilements. But if you don't renounce your lustful thought, you will not be able to get out of the dust. Meaning, you will not be able to be free, liberated from the circle of life and death, always rolling in the dust of this world or the next. So here he emphasized that we should always concentrate in the opposite way of lustful intention. The word honor one continues. Even though one may have some wisdom, even if you have lustful thought, okay, and you meditate and you have samadhi, or you have some samadhi, or you have some cultivation, and then you have some fruit out of that. So the Buddha says, even though, with lustful thought, even though one may have some wisdom and the manifestation of Chan Samadhi, you can probably stay in Samadhi for some time, if you meditate, and even if with lustful thought, you might still gain some wisdom and Samadhi. But if one does not cut off lust, one is certain to enter demonic path. Oh, scary. Okay. At best, one will be a demon king. Powerful. Really, demon king is not normal king, Very powerful. A lot of magical power, a lot of retinue, a lot of moving mountain and earth. Oh, he can do a lot of things. But demon king is not a joke. Very powerful being. Okay. So, but that is not Buddhahood, you see. So he say, if you have lustful thought and you don't cut it off, you don't try to control it, then the best you would be is a demon king, not Buddha, not Bodhisattva, not a saint. Buddha said, not me, don't look at the calendar. This is what he said. I read it. So at best one will be a demon king on the average. If it's best in demon king, averagely one will be in the retinue of demons. The demons subordinate. At the lowest level, one will be a female demon. Even in a demon world, they have races. So the worst is a female demon. I don't know what's the difference between a female and a male demon. I really don't know. These demons have their groups of disciples even. Wow. See that? It says of himself that he has accomplished the unsurpassed way, meaning the highest method, the highest, mean they already became a master of enlightenment somewhat, you know? And all of them proclaim like that. These are the disciples of the demon king. Not just a demon king, but even this female demon, he didn't say only a demon king. That means that all the demons will have disciples, and they also claim all of them became Buddha already, something like that. Okay, continue. Buddha. After my extinction in the Dharma and in age, these hordes of demons will abound, spreading like wildfire as they openly practice greed and lust. Claiming to be good knowing advisors, they will cause living beings to fall into the pit of physical love and views and lose the way to Buddha. I mean, they lost the way to enlightenment. The Buddha continues. When you teach people in the world to cultivate samadhi, they must first of all sever the mind of lust. This is the first clear and unalterable instruction on purity given by the third-come ones and the Buddhas of the past. World honor ones. It all means Buddha, no? Meaning all the past Buddhas even also taught this way. Hence the 5 precepts. Okay? If you're married, it is not counted in here. Well, when you're married, of course, after a while it becomes, you know, like more like friendship. Okay? That is different. It doesn't mean counted in here as a lustful mind. Because as I told you, lust doesn't only mean the desire between man and woman. It is desire for power, for richness, abnormally. Not just a normal way, like, okay, you graduate. Of course you want to come out and find a job according to your education and your ability. That's not mean like lust after power. And if you go into politics and people incidentally voted for you to be a president, then you become president. Then it's okay. If you want to renounce your presidency, okay, nobody say anything. If you want to become or continue to be president, then it's okay too. It's the way you are destined to be a president or a king or a company millionaire or whatever. Then it's your destiny, okay? Of course, in your job, you do all your best to be successful, okay? But that doesn't mean lust after power, okay? Lust after power is when you disregard all moral standards, all virtues to their limit, okay? And to press down everyone else in order to climb up to the ladder of fame. That is different. So in your job, you do your best. That's normal. And whatever become, okay? You don't aspire to do your best so that you become a president of the company or anything. Then it's different, okay? Yeah. Just do your best because it's your job. Because it's our service to others. And if you are, of course, if you don't do your job, you are monks and nuns, and you do your job as monks and nuns, the best. Oh, do the best. You keep the precept, you keep yourself pure, yes, and you continue your path one-pointedly, and then you teach whoever come to you. Yeah, then you teach them moral virtues, meditation, whatever you know. Yeah, that is also your job, but it's not ambition, not lust after power. Okay, only when you want people to worship you, when you are nobody yet, and you are not having anything, you don't contribute, but you want people to contribute to you or worship you. That is wrong. It's wrong as a monk or nun. And the Buddha will explain more later on about this kind. Okay. I'm worried about the calendar, so I I will limit my thoughts. But we're almost at the end of the year, so it's okay. I'm not so worried so much. You know, I'm sad every day, almost every day. Nowadays, I don't have a lot of time to write my diary every day anymore. Sometimes I know something inside, have some insight, some vision, but I have no time to even write it down anymore. I write maybe once every 3-4 days or once every week, you know. It depends. Depends if I have time, truly, regretfully. And then I look at the calendar, I mean myself, the calendar in my diary. And I'm so sad. I say, my God, it's already almost the end of the year. I'm older now. I feel like nothing happy about it. Huh? That's good I don't celebrate birthday, although I keep reminding me every year, you know, no escape. Like this I still can feel that I'm still young. Only number, yes, number of April.